Hi. So this little video is going to talk about two things. What is OB? And second of all, um, what do you need to submit? And when do you need to submit it for the next week? So let's go to the what is OB? Organization behavior is the study of what happens inside a company. And we look at it at three different levels. It's called the individual level, that'd be me, and when we look at the individual level, we'll look at things like personality, how I make decisions. We might want to look at perception, my creativity, how I learn. Second level of analysis is the team level of analysis. So that's where we look at how does a team work, the people on the team, what kinds of interactions are there? Stuff, for example, like transactive memory systems. That's where we look at how information moves through the team, the level of trust within the team, how effective the team works at attaining goals. We can talk about self-managed teams. And in this area, we can also talk about things like leadership in terms of how leaders lead teams. Not bad, huh? And then the third level of analysis, number three, is the organization level of analysis. And at the organization level of analysis, we look at things like culture, for example, and culture within the organization, let's say. Here, let me take a look at my notes so that I don't mess up. We look at structure. How is the organization structure? What kind of reporting structures are there within the organization? We can also take a look at, I got that covered and that covered. Let's see, what else do we want to look at? Human resource policies fit into that, and other kinds of organization policies. So there's your three levels of analysis. Individual level, number two, team level, and number three, the organization level. There we go. Okay. Now, why do I bring this up? Your proposals that you've submitted need to address one of these three levels within the organization. So we're trying to avoid strategy, for example, where strategy is about how an organization is able to put into play, strategies, what it wants to do and how it wants to do it. In those areas, we look at things like vision and mission, often values. Strategy relates to the activities the company uses to attain its goals. OB is also different from marketing. Marketing relates to getting people to buy product or to get people to buy into something like a specific idea in a not-for-profit organization. Let's say sending in money, or getting people aware that there's some kind of an activity we want to do, like saving a trail, for example. And marketing then is about getting people's awareness, if you will, to get them to do things in response to what the organization is either trying to sell or is also trying to accomplish. So I'm sure you're thinking to yourself, well, hold on, Ralph, aren't strategy and marketing sort of similar and overlapping? And the answer is, of course they are. And as I'm sure you've already looked at with Scott, there's aspects and important parts of how a person works, how their brain works, how we decide, what sort of internal factors influence our buying decisions in markets. And that can be at the online level. That can be, for example, something called placement. I go by the checkout at the grocery store. There's more crap than you can shake a stick at, just waiting for me to buy that chocolate bar, or waiting for me to buy that lighter, or waiting for me to buy that razor, for example. And those are there, so we do impulse buying. But marketing and strategy are not the same as organization behavior. And I bring that up because on our comments on some of your papers, we're going to ask you to focus on the inside part of organizations and the behaviors that people exhibit towards each other, how they work with each other, how they make decisions, culture in the organizations. So when you revise your proposal, you need to make sure that you've got those things covered and that that's where we want you to place your focus. All right, so let's look at the second part of this video. And here we're talking not about any particular subject matter, but what we're going to be looking at is what we need to do to move forward with the proposal that you submitted. So let me share the screen with you. And look, it says share screen, sweet. And let me get up our web page. Now, this is where we have all the standard stuff. You guys recognize this page. You've been here 10,000 times, right? Let's go to the calendar. Now, I've got our stuff for our course focused in here. So you have a revised one-page submission. That's the revision of the one-pager that we're asking you to do, and you're going to revise it based on the comments that Brooke and I have made. And it's due Sunday night, the 28th. Here, let me circle that. Sunday the 28th at midnight. And thank you for bearing with us because we did let this date slide a little bit. Now, what happens is on Monday the 29th, we're going to send the revised proposals out to all of you so they can look over them and think about them. And then by Tuesday at midnight, we want you to have voted for the 2 proposals, or maybe 3, I mentioned that earlier, that you think are the most interesting. From that, we're going to choose out 5. Yeah, there I am. 5 proposals. We're going to then let you guys know what those 5 proposals are. And then on Wednesday, the 31st, you're going to vote for the 5 proposals. You're going to vote which one of the which of those proposals you want to be a part of. I'm going to send another little video as we go along each week to explain what we want to do. So by the 1st of November, Thursday next week, you're going to be in your teams. And your submissions from here on in are going to be team submissions. And your very first one is the one that's due on the 4th of November, right? This is October, and this is November, the 4th, right? And that's going to be 3 to 5 pages. And here, let's take a look at the course content. And let's take a look where this stuff goes into. It says here, Unit 3, Research Basics and Proposal. Notice that you have a unit assignment, and there's your new Dropbox, revised one-page research proposal. So you drop your revised proposal into there by Sunday night, this coming Sunday, which is the 28th of October. Then, let me put us back to here. Whoops, I better go back one more. All right. Now, Unit 5, which starts on Monday, the October 9th, through to November the 4th, is next week, and you're going to spend your time working together as a team, and you're going to submit one 3 to 5 page document on the 4th, right? And here we outline the activities you want to do, the readings and the prep work, and here's the unit assignment, and there it is. This is where you drop your team proposal submission on the 4th of November. Only one person per team needs to submit the 3 to 5 page proposal. And you can see that we're now asking you to combine all the work that you've done up until now and show us how it relates to the particular project that you and your team are working on. This is where you submit this on the 4th of November. Let me stop sharing the screen here now. I'm going to take a break. All right, what we talked about today is what constitutes organization behavior. We wanted you to make sure that your proposals, the revised proposals, take into account what the focus of organization behavior is. Second thing we talked about was the due dates, when you've got to submit things. Your revised one-pager is due this Sunday, the 28th. And then during the week, we're going to be doing some voting on those revised proposals to help you create the teams that you'll be working with for the rest of the term for all the submissions that you'll be making. And then the 4th of November, which is the Sunday next, you're going to put in your first team proposal submission. And that's where you guys work together as a team and you expand out your team's original proposal to be 3 to 5 pages and to integrate what you learned from the first units that you've been working on here. Finally, I'm going to make sure that we walk you through the process of getting onto your teams and voting for things. So expect to see emails from us to remind you of your dates that you need to do things. And here, let me just one more quick time share the screen with you, and we're going to look at the calendar. And here you go. You got to cast your vote for your 2 favorite proposals by the 30th. And then on the 31st, we're going to have you take a look at the top 5 proposals and vote for which one you want to be a part of. All right. So let me, where'd you go? Come on. There we go. You're at the top. That's it for now. If you have any questions, email me or email Brooke, and we'd be very happy to go over the material. Looking forward to seeing your revised proposals, and I'll be talking to you again soon. Bye, y'all.